Okay. Hello everybody, and welcome back to Giant and the Jet. We are on the road to the Kentucky Derby. Obviously, the Derby is on May, I believe, 5th to 6th. It's always the first Saturday in May. To get into the Derby, you have to have 60 points. The prep races start on September 13th. There's 50 prep races from then until April 4th. We're here to talk about the Florida Derby mainly, which is Saturday. Michael, Nick, and I will be attending. We have Dusty here too, the fabulous one, the main handicapper. So last weekend there was two big prep races. What they do is they give you points every time you win a prep race. The earlier races you get the 100 points and you get 50, 40, 25, 15. Starting last weekend, there were 200 points, so the winner gets 100 points, 50, 25, 15. So obviously, last weekend and this weekend and next weekend is when you get the most points. Obviously, if you win, you're in. It's 100 points. Last weekend was the Turfway Park, a mile and 3/16. It was on the synthetic and a Johnny V horse won, and Louisiana Derby was traditional dirt at a mile and an eight. I believe who won that race, Nicholas?
That was the Chad Brown horse,
That was
I
Emerging
believe, right?
Market,
Yeah,
which
Chad
which
Brown.
was a Chad Brown horse. He only
Yeah.
ran once, and his buy-in number was a 97. And believe it or not, he wasn't the favorite in that race, and he won going away. Well, no, actually, it was a close race. This coming weekend on Saturday, we have the Arkansas Derby, which is even with the Florida Derby. You get 100 points, grade one race, mile and an eighth. There's a race in Japan, which is only worth 40 points, and the Dubai race, which is in Saudi Arabia, you get 60 points if you win. We don't really I don't really talk about them. Then the next weekend we have the Bluegrass, the Santa Anita, and the Wood Memorial. Uh, all grade ones, Milan. No, Wood Memorial is a grade two. Bluegrass is Keeneland, which is in Kentucky. Santa Anita obviously is in Pasadena, and Wood Memorial is at Aquita. So, Nick, Dusty, you want to start us off on what you think about this weekend's races? Maybe give us a little color on both the Arkansas and the Florida Derby.
Yeah. I know we were kind of briefly talking before we jumped on here. I feel like this is kind of one of the weaker Florida Derby fields we've seen in the last couple of years. I think I believe it's the five is already scratched out. I think he's actually going to run in the Arkansas. He was had a split entry. Um, and then really, I think it's two to three horses here that really have a chance. So the two, Chief Wallaby for Bill Mott with Junior Alvarado, of course, winning connections of the Kentucky Derby last year. Commandment, who was the Fountain of Youth winner for Brad Cox, and then nearly the Todd Pletcher runner with Johnny Velasquez. Those are probably the three real chances here. And then you've got the Puma, who won the Tampa Bay Derby, which I mean, I always think that's a super weak race. Um, and then this 9 horse Gregarious, I think it's his second career start. He'll probably be like 7,000 to 1 by the time they go in the gate. But yeah, really just kind of a three horse race in my opinion. It should be exciting to watch at least. And then the Arkansas, I think, is a little bit more competitive. Um, I think there's a little bit more speed. Um, Again, we've got the one in there is Redland Rebels, who's going to scratch from the Florida Derby. This Mark Cassie horse, Silent Tactic, has run every single prep race at Oaklawn, which is interesting. You don't really see that a lot. Usually the horses will ship around a little bit. Um, the 3 Blackout Time, for Kenny McPeak. Looks to be maybe the second best horse in that field if he can take a step forward. And then, of course, the big news last week was that Irad Ortiz is going to go to Oaklawn instead of running in the Florida Derby this year, and he's on the 6 for Todd Pletcher with Renegade. So probably the class of the race there. My kind of long shot pick for the whole weekend is the 5 Taptastic in the Arkansas Derby. He's out of Tapit and out of a curling mare, so he just wants distance. So
and he's got the best, one of the best trainers in the world.
Yeah, the winningest trainer in North America with Steve
Asmussen. He has his daughter is going to be the jockey.
Yeah.
How about Silent Tactic? What'd you think about him?
I think he's got a really, really serious shot here. I think he's probably, I think he'll be in every single one of my tickets, all of my exotics and things like that. I think the 7 scratched out already.
Yeah, 7's out.
Yeah, Napoleon Solo. I'll be curious to see what happens with the speed here, because I believe the 7 was the speed. The 1, should he run, has some speed too, but I think it's going to kind of be a wide open race. I mean, the Arkansas Derby last year was, if you remember, Sandman won coming down the stretch, but they went like the fractions in that race were some of the fastest I've ever seen. I think they went like 21 flat in the opening quarter and then like 44-1 for the half. I mean, and that was who was that? It was Cornucopian and Speed King, I think, and then Sandman just swallowed him up in the stretch.
Tracks are going to be super fast on Saturday because we just had no rain. I think we've had one rain day in the last, maybe I don't want to exaggerate. I think it rained twice in Florida in the last 2 months.
Yeah, I think you're right. And then I think this Baffert horse in the Arkansas Derby. I think I mean, I say this now and watch me be wrong on Saturday, but like, I think he's a little overrated. Just kind of hasn't lived up to, because I believe he ran in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile in November, and then just hasn't really progressed much since then. But I mean, I would not be shocked at all if that horse somehow, cross the line at first.
Baffert usually doesn't send his best horses east. He keeps his main Kentucky Derby horses on the West Coast.
Yeah.
So they'll run the next week in the Santa Anita.
For sure.
For sure. I actually think Renegade, and the reason Ortiz is going there is because that horse is pretty good, and I think he's going to win outright.
Yeah.
Silent Tactic, the Taptastic and Litmus Test maybe come behind him.
Yeah.
I don't see a long shot in that race. I don't see a long shot in either race, unfortunately. Let's just wait a second for Nick to come in. He's working on a trade right now.
It's interesting though, because Ortiz rode Commandment in the Fountain of Youth. So it's kind of interesting that he chose to ship all the way to Arkansas. But I mean, he races with Todd Pletcher more than anybody, so makes sense he would want to take a shot with his favorite trainer.
Hey, so you guys just talked about the Arkansas Derby, right?
Yes.
A little bit of both, but mostly Arkansas. Yeah.
So before Nick comes back, and just because I'm doing this part is for simpletons, like who do you have winning the Arkansas Derby?
Emilio, I'll let you. I think Emilio.
Question.
Winner, trifecta, super. What would be your bet going into Arkansas?
I'm not going to probably bet that race because I'm going to be at the Florida Derby. We have 14 horses to bet there. And as you know, Michael, you've been there before. It's very busy. There's a lot going on. So I think I wouldn't I'm not going to bet that race. I think you have to just keep Renegade on top and put the three other horses behind them, and then you got to go all. You have to do all in these prep races. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult because you want some long shots coming third or fourth. Because if all the favorites come in, you're not going to make any money. You're going to wind up betting 120, $150, and you can get back 50. So to me, that's always the worst race. So Nick, we were just talking about the Arkansas Derby. I don't know if you have any color on that.
Not really. I was going to talk about Florida Derby, to be honest.
Okay, so why don't you start us off then on the Florida Derby? Tell us a little bit about the day. How many races and what's going on that day?
14 races that day. It's a really good slate for gambling if you want to. I mean, it's difficult, but a lot of graded stakes races. So like in horse racing, there's levels to it. Kind of like divisional basketball, but it's just interesting because everyone plays in the same day. So like, allowance get races or claiming races, those are like D3, where these are graded. So they're G1, G2, G3s, which means you're getting the top of the line horses. You're getting the best horses, you're getting the best races, the best jockeys. So that's what's really fun with Gulfstream all day is you're getting the best. You're getting a collection of some of the best jockeys and the best horses all racing in really tight fields, like a lot of 8 to 10 horse fields, which is what you want. You don't want under 6 and you really don't want over 10. You want in between there. Under 6, you can't really make money on exotics. You're only betting on money lines, basically. And over 10, you're kind of like, what are you going to do? There's only so many horses you can toss out. So I really like the slate. The Florida Derby itself, I think, like Dusty was saying earlier, it's not a great field. I feel like it's Commandment and the Pletcher horse, nearly.
Mhm.
Those are my two. I think I'm just going to key those guys, and then hopefully an underdog comes in a third or fourth slot. But I think it's just going to be those two. I don't think Wallaby is going to be able to close on this field. I think maybe Commandment can, but I don't know if they're all going to be able to close. I think some of the speed's going to get out.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it in last year's Florida Derby with Tapan Street. I mean, he kind of got out front and controlled the pace, and then Sovereignty, who we all know what he went on to do through the Kentucky Derby and then the summer races up at Saratoga, wasn't able to catch him. So I think to Emilio's point, I mean, Gulfstream kind of favors speed most of the time anyway. So I think whoever can kind of get out to the front and control things probably has the best shot. I don't really see any of the closers catching anybody. So
Yeah, like last year, Sovereignty did not need the race. He had pre-qualified. He had the point. And I don't think Billy Mott, I believe he instructed that jockey that not to go all out in that race.
Yeah.
And we were there, we were kind of watching the race, and Nick and I were looking at each other and go, okay, yeah, this guy, I mean, he didn't either come from behind horse and he did not do his full run. So he was saving his race for the Kentucky Derby. And sometimes that happens. I mean, these trainers, if they already have the points to get into Derby, they're not going to, that's just a prep. It's called a prep race for a reason. It's a prep for the Derby in 5 weeks.
Yep.
There is no true speed in this race, Dusty, in the Florida Derby. The
Yeah,
only true speed in the race was that 5.
Yep.
Right? And the horses that do take the lead, let's say the 9-6-3-1, not the 6, but the 9-3-1 who like to get out in front, they're not fast enough to go wire to wire.
No.
I mean, their highest buyers are in the low 80s. I mean, the Chief Wannabe and Commandment, they're running 100 buyers.
Right.
So, and I don't see a big speed rate of speed. You don't have someone who's going to do a 22 and a quarter or a half a mile and a 44.
Yep.
I think the pace is going to be very, very slow, which is going to hurt to come from behind horses. I just think they're too good, so they're going to be there at the end. I do think Neely, the 6 horse, who has Johnny V and Pletcher, by the way, so you have a Hall of Fame trainer and a Hall of Fame jockey.
Yep.
He likes to run in the front.
Yep.
If they let him get out and command the lead and slow up the pace, I mean, if he does like a 45 half mile and they turn for home, I think he can win this race outright. He's gonna love the distance. I mean, his sire is Not This Time by Giant Causeway, so they're basically he's a turf horse,
Yep.
right? His pedigree's turf, but it also means he can run all day.
Yep.
He's gonna love the 1.9 1/8. He's gonna love the 1.25 miles.
Yep.
I think the 6. My bet is gonna be the 6, 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, and then do possibly all. Hopefully we catch, the third and fourth horses. You get like a 50-1 or 40-1, which they're all going to be 50 and 40-1.
Yeah.
I mean, the 4 horse is going to be 1-1. The Chief Wannabe is from Billy Mott, and you got Junior Eldorado. Those two guys never lose when they go. If you're watching Gulfstream, if you see them running together, you bet them.
Yes.
You have to put them in any kind of bet you're gonna have. You bet that combination. So I do like the 6. I love the 2, the 4, all. Just that race, like Nick mentioned, there's 14 races. It's gonna be a nice card to bet. From 3 to 9 is all 10 horses or lower, which is great, especially if you get a couple of scratches. You're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 out of the 14 are turf races. And, turf races are fun.
Yeah.
And the 11th, 12th, 13th, you're going to have a lot more than 10 horses. You got 12 race horses. So you want to hit early that day and have a couple of drinks if you're there, maybe smoke a cigar, and then, bet the Florida Derby. It's so late. It's 6:42. We get there at probably 10:30 in the morning. So it definitely tends to be a long day. It's an enjoyable day. It's a lot cheaper than going to the Florida Derby. To the Kentucky Derby. So if you can't afford to go to the Kentucky Derby, you can head down to Gulfstream and you can walk in. They don't charge you any money, and you can have the casino there, and you can watch the races, and they really don't charge you a lot of money. That's all I have. Again, I would going to bet 246. If not, now with the 5 out, I'm gonna do all.
Yeah.
That's only $180. I mean, a lot of money, but it's $180 bet.
Yeah. I'm talking about the 6 nearly. I'm looking at the fractions for the Holy Bowl right now, which he won convincingly. He was kind of sat in second the whole way by like a length, and then at like the 3/4 mile mark just kind of took off. But they went 22 and 8, and then 45, basically 46 seconds for the half mile. So
yeah,
nope, that's like a walking pace for horse racing, right? I mean,
yeah.
so
yeah. I don't see any horse who's going to give us a 44.5 a mile.
No.
So and that's going to hurt the close from behind. But just the Chief Wallaby and Commandant, they're so good. And they're Kentucky Derby horses, 2 of the best horses in the country. So they're going to be there. One of them is going to be flying at the end, and hopefully we get 6-2 or 6-4 exactor, and then get some bombs 3rd or 4th.
Yeah, I mean, Commandment won the Fountain of Youth, but he closed in that race from 4 lengths back, which was
looks like a Derby horse. Commandment just
yeah.
I did key one of the races on Gulfstream, the 3rd race, because I like to make money early.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Cutler Bay 175K.
That's always such a good race.
Yeah, I don't know the odds because this doesn't have the odds out yet. So the horses I pick, I don't know if they're the favorites or not. But I love the 2 and the 4 in that race, Immortalized and Sheriff Bart. With the 1 Naughty Nicks and the 6 underneath.
Okay.
if people wanted, I think I don't know if they're gonna come out as the favorites. I think the favorites, I think a lot of money is might be on the 3, but he hasn't raced since October, so I'm gonna take him out. I'm leaving the overseas horse off, and I'm letting I'm letting the 8 go too. But the 2 and the 4, it's Brendan Walsh, Velasquez, William Mott, and Alvarado. The 6 has Castellano, Marquez, so I like that as well. You might be able to get some good money on it.
Was that the 3rd race?
The 3rd race.
Yeah, I haven't. Nick had looked at the full field. I haven't gotten to it yet.
Yeah,
Probably gonna print out everything tomorrow morning, and while Mike's driving me down to South Florida, I will go through the card. I really can't do it on Friday. And then there's no way to handicap if you do go to the track on Saturday. It's just too crowded. We do have seats, we have a box, but you have to do it. You got to prepare beforehand. Then you get the scratches on Saturday, and then you can make adjustments in your betting throughout the day. So that's all I have, guys. Like I always say, may the horse be with you. Enjoy it. I love horse racing. To me, it's the best sport in the world. And
agreed.
We got a nice field coming up for the Kentucky Derby. There's a ton of great horses, especially on the West Coast and the Midwest that are running on next weekend and the Arkansas Derby. So it should be a very, very exciting time.
Yeah.
Hey, just do me a favor, all 3 of you. Who's your winner for the Florida Derby? Just say the person.
Nearly.
I'm gonna go with the Commandment. I got to take that horse. I think he's gonna win. I think he's gonna could win the Derby.
Dusty?
I'm gonna go with the number 2 Chief Wallaby.
All right.
I think
I'm gonna go with
he needs the race. It's not like Sovereignty last year where he's just stretching his legs. He needs the points. I think he's a pretty serious horse. So number 2, Chief Wallaby.
And I'm gonna do 6, Nearly, kind of in the same boat. He needs the race. He's gonna run.
But box all 3.
Yes.
Because if you bet $2 to win, you will only win $3 back.
Yes.
That's the exactor in the try. And if you have a little money, do all at the end.
Yeah.
All right, Mike, I'll see you tomorrow.
Sounds good,
Yes.
guys. Thanks, Dusty.
All right. We'll see you in a few weeks for the Derby podcast.
Yes.
Yes.
Is there anything, Dad? Oh, he left.
Nope.
I was gonna say, anything